Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the best women's boxing show, period. I am Cynthia Conte. Jeandra LeBeauf is not here today, but we will be rejoining very, very soon. But we do have on the call right now is Hasim Rahman Jr. Hasim, you've always been in the news. I remember trying to chase you down because of this whole Jake Paul fight, and then it didn't happen. And then I see you doing stuff with Misfits and DAZN, and now you are going to be you are part of the Team Combat League that I'm also part of. I do commentary, hosting, and interviewing. But congratulations! I was really sad I didn't get to see you last week on the fight. What happened?
Okay, so with the Team Combat League, we're still figuring everything out and getting a good swing into things. So now they've gotten actually a really good format where there's 6 rounds and then there's 3 periods. So each weight class will get to go one time per period, and it's 3 times because there's 3 athletes per weight division. So last week, my matchup, he failed his medical physical examination the day of the fight. So I wasn't able to compete because I didn't have a matchup. So the other matchups, they competed and we came up short. But I'm really, really excited, really, really ready to get in there and show my talent.
When people ask me about Team Combat League, because it's something it's very, very new to the sport, we're not used to a team competing against another team in boxing. It's usually one-on-one. And someone said it best to me, Paulie Malignaggi, I believe. He said, these are the fights that people are going to have to sit out, just like a basketball team or an NFL. You're going to have to be benched for whatever reason, if there's an injury or something happens. And in your case, your opponent happened to fail. How come they didn't throw you in? I mean, I believe that they would have thrown you in the heavyweight if another heavyweight. I think if you probably would have been a better fit against the other guy based on how the first performance was. Am I correct?
Well, it wasn't that. We were already pre-matched when we got there. So
Okay.
when we got there, there was a bout sheet, and the matches were already on the bout sheet. So
Yeah.
hopefully going forward, the coaches will have more say so in who's matched against who. That will make it a better team concept thing. That's why we have coaches, and I think I think that the team concept is amazing. I love it. It brings, I think that DC has quite the advantage because we all train together anyway. We've been training together since we were younger. I've been training with some of these guys that are on the team when I was a teenager. And
Oh.
this team is consistent with a team of fighters that have been in the gym together anyway. We all
Mm-hmm.
go to the gym anyway, so it's definitely a team sport, more so than when we used to go to the amateur tournaments together. Because now it's like, yeah, everybody's round counts for the team, as opposed to we may get a champion here, a champion there, where everybody could say it for themselves that they're the champion. But in order for us to become victorious at this and win a championship, we all have to be on the same page.
It's a very innovative, it's a fun concept. It's different. It's very much out of the box. A lot of boxing people are a little, they're kind of still weirded out, but a lot of people don't realize that when they haven't seen the fights, you guys actually fight. You guys are real boxers. They're not influencers. They're not some guys that just came out and say, I want to box. You guys legitimately have a box rec. And for people that are asking, does it affect their box rec? No, it doesn't. It's like a different box like bare knuckle would have. It's a separate part. So it wouldn't affect their actual boxing record when they fight one-on-one. You have a very well-renowned trainer, Barry Hunter, over at DC Destroyers, correct? And I was sad that I didn't get to work last one because the girls were so good. I mean, the
Yeah,
fights were really good. And I was really, really looking forward to working the DC fight, but next week I will. Barry Hunter, when people work with certain trainers, you learn certain things about, or you learn certain things. What have you learned about Barry team setting? Because he's not just training just one-on-one, he's training all of you guys to work together. What has Barry Hunter taught you guys?
you know, this season so far, early in the season, the key thing that he's been, what I've taken from the lessons because we learn from Barry every day. But from what I've taken from it is to be responsible. If every man on the team is responsible for what they're supposed to do, and they go out there and do their job the way they're supposed to do it, then there's no way we're gonna come up short. I mean, if everybody does what they're supposed to do week in and week out, not just on fight night, week in and week out, they do what they're supposed to do. Nobody should be able to even come close to beating us.
Yeah, because it's really tough because in this team setting, you guys all want to score the 10 and not the 9 or the 8. And because they are accumulated. So you don't want to be in that deficit where if your teammate, got knocked down or something, you and your other teammates have to make up for that deficit because we've seen it happen. I mean, from the past couple of weeks, we just launched a couple of weeks ago. There have been some incredible knockouts and some knockdowns, and some teams we thought were winning, and then at any moment that one of the fighters from the other team we thought was winning gets knocked out or something happens. So it's an all action type of event, and it's fun. I have to say, like, I didn't know what to think, but I'm like, when I'm calling the fights, me and Polly, like, we're still learning the names and we're just like, we're like on the edge of our seats because we're like, oh my God, we
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know.
very exciting. It's
It's
very
very,
exciting. I
yeah,
mean,
they're competitive fights. They really are. So
absolutely.
what made you join? Because we've seen that a lot of fights have fallen out from you. And then, obviously everyone knew about the Jake Paul, which is a fiasco, a disaster, but you've moved on. You suffered a defeat against Greg Hardy back in November of 2022. What made you join a combat league instead of going for another opponent in your division to, hopefully for a world title?
Uh, just the fact that this is going to be very beneficial all the way across the board. I weighed the pros and the cons, and the pros just heavily outweighed the cons. I mean, I get to stay sharper. I get to work on my first round, and I think that I had a great first round, and in my last fight and the fight before that, I had a great first round, and I believe that being in a part of TCL would even elevate my first round even further up. I think that I could do even more in one round. I've been heavily inspired by the champions before me, and some fighters are 12-round war veterans, and some fighters go in there and go straight for the knockout. And I'm finding my place in the sport right now. Um, I've had a lot of time to reflect and sit back and think. And I'm a huge boxing fan. I've been a boxing fan my whole life. I've pretty much been adopted by boxing, and I just believe that certain champions have their forte. Shannon Briggs, for example, was the one round king. He had so many first round knockouts, and he's someone that's close to me and inspiring. And other fighters that have been close and inspiring to me as well, like Floyd Mayweather. He's the 12-round king, and I love to find my own path because everybody in boxing has their own path, has their own story. Paulie Malignaggi, great champion, has his own story. Um, and I relate to all of these guys because, like Paulie, I'm not the biggest puncher. So all of these guys are inspiring to me, and I pick up different things from each one of these guys. And when it was introduced to me, I thought, wow, what a great opportunity, what a great concept, and especially it was introduced to me by Barry, so I trust in Barry. I trust in Barry, and tried out, made the team, and here we are.
Yeah, people don't know that there were tryouts for it across the country. They just picked up season 2. I don't know if you heard about that, that I believe Miami will be possibly joining Phoenix and maybe Boston. So,
Have you heard who the coaches are for those teams?
no, will you tell me?
I
You
don't know.
can
I
break
don't
in
know.
here.
I
You
don't
can,
know.
oh, come
I
on.
don't know.
I'll call Ahmed. Ahmed, the CEO, the one that created this league. We'll find out.
Yeah,
I'll ask him. But no, I
yeah.
can't wait. I
Shout out
mean,
to Ahmed, man. Shout out to Ahmed. He's
yeah,
he's the man.
he's making things happen. I know whenever there's something new in boxing, people people frown upon it because it's not the typical boxing that everyone has been used to for a million years. But I invite everyone to be innovative and creative, and if it works, it works. It brings new fans to the sport, and like I said, this is not a gimmick. It's really, they are real rounds, they are real fighters, and there are real knockouts here, and these are real careers. These kids actually, they put their lives on the line. They train just like everyone else. There's so many things that people don't know about Team Combat League, like how you guys, there is a payment, and a lot of people, it's not in the media. And so it's, for me, since I am part of the media and you're one of the fighters, is that people are getting paid for this. This is not just you get a bonus at the end. You guys get health insurance for the year. No promoter does that. Have you ever heard of that, Hasim?
I never heard of a lot of things that this league has been such a blessing to so many fighters. I never heard of, this type of format, and it was hard to believe, but I believed in, like I said, I believed in Barry, and I took his word for it, and it came true, and it was something that has never happened before in boxing.
Yeah.
And this is historical. We have a chance to actually make so much money that it could change not only the gym, but it could change every single fighter
Yeah.
on that team's families' lives forever.
Yeah.
There's $100 million prize in this. So not saying that it's guaranteed that someone's gonna get it, but it is a possibility.
And it pushes you guys. It pushes you guys to do what you love, and it keeps you guys busy. Like, I asked, "Are you going to be at Fight Week?" And your PR, Alvina, said, "No, he's going to work in the gym." That's awesome, because everyone wants to be at Fight Week this week because it's Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. But you have a fight next week, possibly. I know. So you know what? Props to you on that, because that's tough. You're just going to have to be that fight fan from watching TV. But it's like,
it's fine because I'm in Baltimore, so the love is definitely here. So it's gonna feel like it's gonna be fight night
every week.
As a matter of fact, wherever else there will be no other place in the world besides Vegas than Baltimore, Maryland, where it will feel like a Tank fight night. So
yeah. There you go. That's right. People don't realize the fights are every week. Team Combat League. There are four teams that compete, 2 for 3 rounds. It's 24 rounds. And then at the intermission, there's another 2 teams from 2 different. And so far, New York City Attitude has been kicking everyone's butt. And I'm impressed. Like, there have been some very, very good matches between New York City, LA, DC. You guys came out very strong. And it was San Antonio Snipers. So there's so many more, and people are DMing me like, "How do I get involved?" I'm like, "Oh my God, that's crazy to me." But that's great. Now, when you look at the teams, from what you've seen, who do you think the team is that, besides, just take DC out of the picture, when you look at the teams that you've seen, who do you think is a real threat for DC Destroyers?
I think that the biggest and toughest opponent for DC is DC. I think that we can be in our own way, but I'm extremely proud of how we performed, given that it was our first actual performance, and we were going against someone who was in their 3rd performance. So it took us a little minute to heat up, but I felt like we run the heat, and I felt like, I'm not gonna say we got robbed, but I felt like it was a close fight that could have went either way. Even a draw we wouldn't have been mad at. But when I say that it could have went either way, that's what happens. It went their way, and that's boxing. But like I said, that was our first time out. We will see those guys again. But to answer your question on with the question the answer you guys want, I would say the best fight that DC is going to have is probably going to be against Atlanta. I think Atlanta has some good talent on their team from top to bottom, and I think that from what I've seen, they look like the team to beat besides New York. Now, of course, we want that revenge against New York. That's coming already. But I think that the Atlanta and the Vegas team, those are two teams that definitely need to be. We got our eye on, and victories over them will propel us to into the rematch with New York.
Yeah, Atlanta Attack, Las Vegas Hustle, and LA Hustle. I'm excited. I'm excited to get back to work after fight week. I'm excited to get back because there's going to be new exciting matchups. It's just like an NBA tournament. Just because they won, just because NYC won against you guys doesn't mean you're not going to win at the very end. Remember, it's accumulation of points. They could suck for the rest of the season and you guys just keep building points. You just never know because it depends on the matchups. And that's what's so fantastic about this league.
Also, they have opportunity to pick someone else up now, I believe, because the heavyweight got knocked out, and now they could bring another heavyweight in. So you never know who that could be.
Yeah,
So.
that was the heavyweights I saw it. I mean, even I think 2 weeks ago, the rope broke, which I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are some real fighters. The heavyweights, I was a little scared that I'm like, please don't fall out of the ring. Please don't fall out of the ring. But there are things that tune in. You guys get to watch it on teamcombatleague.com. You guys get to check out all of the fighters. Go to all of their social pages: DC Destroyers, Barry Hunters, Hasim, Rahman Jr. And just check it out. They're free right now. You can check it out on Fight Hub TV. You know, when I was sitting there, because Amir Tyson, Mike Tyson's son, is one of the commentators and interviewers, I asked, did your dad watch it? And he's like, yeah, he thought it was so cool. I'm going to ask you the same question. Did your dad watch this? Hasim Rahman, senior two-time heavyweight world champion. Oh, just one of those guys. Has he watched it?
Yes, he loves it. He loves the concept. He thinks that it's a great idea for me, and that was another one of the reasons why I actually hopped on board. I talked to my dad about it, and you know he's definitely backing me in this, and hopefully we'll see him at an event real soon.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are you looking to possibly after the league, since it is a 3-month stint, are you looking to go back into influencer boxing, or are you going to go back into regular boxing?
Both.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't think that. I don't think that. You know, I feel like I'm coming. I haven't even began to scratch my prime. I'm just now coming into being in the best shape of my life, and I think that there's still a long way to go, and I think that I have a lot left in the tank to give the boxing fans. I only have 14 fights, so and then these fights don't count. So you know, I would like to fight. I would like to have 50 wins in my career. So I got a lot more fighting to do. That's been a mark for me, and you know, inshallah, I'll hit it. And I actually have ambitions, like you said, to fight on Misfits and also fight for a traditional boxing national title this year. So if we can make it all happen, we can make it all happen. But I think that TCL is the perfect, what do you call those things? Diving board. I feel like the TCL is the perfect diving board for me to jump up and then make a huge splash in the boxing world. You know, last year wasn't my year, but I'm a true believer that, you know, Allah doesn't take anything away from you without giving you back equal or greater. Yeah. So this is all been my equal or greater. I've never experienced this much exposure, this much publicity, and actually being recognized for being a warrior, being a person that gets in there and put their life on the line. And I'm so appreciative for it, and it's actually made me work harder. So the recognition and acknowledgement, it doesn't go unseen. I think everybody that reaches out, people see me out in public, and it's a whole different world now. I be telling my family, like, I got a new face now, y'all. It's a little bit changed, because I've been in New York, LA, Texas, Vegas, Baltimore, DC, Virginia, and people actually Jersey, London, Dominican Republic. I've been to all these places, and people actually recognize me for being me. And this wasn't the case 3-4 years ago. This wasn't the case 2 years ago. So I'm appreciative for it. And I want to give the people fights to remember me by now.
No, that's awesome. I mean, the universe, your path is written in the stars already. So you just keep doing you. Like you said, you've already had that self-reflection. And as long as you're giving your gratitude and you just want to give back, that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Absolutely.
And everything will happen in time for you. But Hasim, I can't wait. I do want to touch on the heavyweight division since you are a heavyweight. And eventually, maybe you'll be fighting one of these guys, hopefully sooner rather than later. We just did see the Joe Joyce get, it was a doctor stoppage, Big Bang Jang. Everyone thought Joyce was going to knock him out. Everyone thought that. The books thought that, and it was a huge upset. What did you see in that fight?
I seen a complete and utter disregard for defense from Joe Joyce. It's just like he doesn't care about defense. It was beautiful game plan by Zhang. Once he seen the eyes start to swell up, he kept tapping it. That's what happens. Then it's like Joe Joyce handed Daniel Dubois his first loss, the same exact fashion, and
isn't that wild? It's wild. Both of them got stopped for the eyes. Yeah,
and it's unfortunate when the fight stops like that, but we have to protect the fighters. The health is number one, and I'm not gonna be. I'm probably not gonna be fighting none of them big super. I just fought somebody 100 pounds bigger than me. I'm cool. I'm not fighting no more of them giants. I'm gonna go ahead, keep it, and fight people my size.
Do you think you can go to Bridgerweight then?
Absolutely. That is the plan. Like I
think
said,
that's a great. There's like only 3 people in Bridgerweight, so why not? There's some belts to be taken.
They actually do have a top 15.
What?
They have a top 15 for Bridgerweight. If you go look on the WBC boxing website.
Wow.
And my fight against Kenzie Morrison was at heavyweight, but I wanted it at Bridgerweight, but they kept it at heavyweight. But the same title that me and Kenzie fought for was just fought for by Jared Anderson and George Arias.
Oh, okay. Oh,
those guys are.
Jared Anderson's a really good matchup. I mean, he's big.
Elite. He's the elite. But like I said, I'm not really trying to fight heavyweight anymore.
You're trying to just go a little bit lower.
Bridgerweight is 224. So 224 and down is cool.
What are you? What do you normally? What do you? Walk at and like to fight at?
The best weight for me, as far as my performances, has been when I've weighed in between 215 and 220.
Okay.
Anywhere between 215 and 220 is like my peak. But I have been weighed in as low as 206, 207, 211.
That's small.
So going down to cruiserweight for it's very small for a heavyweight.
It's small.
It's like you barely a heavyweight, and then you at heavyweight. Just like any other weight class, every ounce matters, every pound matters. But like I said before, right now I'm focused on Bridgerweight for the WBC, my redemption at Misfits, and being a star here at TCL. I think that like I said, I had a lot of things taken from me last year. I went 0-2, and I just think that this is a beautiful year. We about to hit the midway point of the year, and I haven't got to get in the ring yet. But with great patience comes great results. So absolutely. I can't wait to get in there.
Well, I can't wait to see you back in the ring. Eventually, I was just going to ask about the heavyweights, but never mind, because it doesn't matter because you're not going to face them. I don't even know the Bridgerweight, so I can't even tell you.
I'll be fighting heavyweight for. I'll be fighting heavyweight for TCL. For TCL, heavyweight. I'll be fighting heavyweight because it's one round. So it's like the wear and tear of fighting a big guy don't really get to you
Yeah.
in one round or possibly
But
2 rounds. But
yeah, and that's the thing. People don't know, since it is one round, you don't have time to, like, there's no feel out process. There is
oh
no,
no,
like, you just need to go in there and
yeah.
be destructive. That's all you can do. And the most rounds you will fight are 3 at best. That's it. Or 2. It depends on
Yeah.
how it's all structured. But yeah, we've seen it that you can't just physically box and like clinch and dance around, because
Mhm.
you got 3 minutes to make some
And
kind of
we had to learn that as a team
yeah.
when we were watching. We sat back and watched the fights as a team, and we see now, like, rounds that we thought we were winning, we probably weren't winning because we were sitting back and we were picking our shots, but the other team was just letting go. And in this type of format, you don't wanna be the shark fighter that's picking their shots. Like, we got a long time to go and you could break somebody down. This is one round. This is
You
one
don't have
round.
time to break
get a
someone
run back.
down.
You don't have time. And
Yeah.
if you are gonna break them down, you gotta break them down in 3 minutes or 2 minutes for the girls.
Yeah. I mean, people think, yeah, just because you look like the busier fighter doesn't mean you're going to win. It's the more effective punches that's going to be, that's what the judges are looking for. But it is a team sport, and all the points, every point counts. So every punch, everything matters when it comes to Team Combat League. Hasim, I can't wait for you to finally make your TCL debut whenever that happens. Hopefully your opponent next time will not fail medicals. And you guys remember, passing a medical is very, very important, because it is the safety of the fighter. It's not because it's an excuse. Absolutely not. There are protocols with the commission. Oh, no, not you, but some people are wondering why teams and fighters are not fighting. And even in general, in traditional boxing, medicals are very, very important. It happened with Michaela Mayer, her opponent, the commission. So there's a reason for everything. So and even for, what's his name, David Morrell's opponent for the Tank Garcia fight, his opponent was not Nevada commission didn't pass it. There's all sorts of reasons, and that's why the commissions and the medicals are placed, because you may not know you might have a condition and they'll spot it. So it's all for fighter safety and to possibly save your life. So Hasim, thank you again for taking the time to speak with Best Women's Boxing Show, period. Finally, we get you on the show. So, all right, and can you tell one last time why they should tune in to watch you and Team Combat League and DC Destroyers to destroy everyone in the league?
This is quite possibly the most exciting boxing event that you could come up with. I mean, you got elite level fighters. We're not fighters that are washed up or that are not experienced. You have the top. If a fighter is not pro, they're at the top of the one of the best organizations in the world in USA Boxing. So they're at the top of USA Boxing, and then you have guys who are at a point in their career where they're just one fight away from blowing up. And I think that there's a lot of young talent. There's a lot of talent, period, between all the teams in Team Combat League. And you can take your pick from any team and choose out somebody that may potentially be a world champion one day. And I think that Team Combat League is going to produce several world champions, and I want y'all to tune in to see the world champions they got from DC, because we coming.
All right, you guys heard it. Barry Hunter, DC Destroyers, Hasim Rahman, they're all coming for you. Team Combat League, be on the lookout. You guys tune in. Again, I'm Cynthia Conte. Thank you, Hasim Rahman Jr. All right, guys. See you guys at the fights. Bye, guys.